Air pressure, what is it? How do we measure it? And what are its units and how do we convert from one unit to another? Air pressure is simply the pressure created by the atmosphere pushing down on the earth. So if you can imagine at sea level, a certain column of air above a certain amount of surface area, the pressure downward by that column of air is simply the air pressure. And of course, as you go higher in altitude, there's less atmosphere above, so there's less pressure pushing down. So air pressure decreases as altitude increases. The devices used to measure air pressure are called barometers. Two types you should be familiar with, the mercury barometer and the aneroid barometer. The mercury barometer has an open pool of mercury, and as the atmospheric pressure pushes down on that mercury, it forces it up into an evacuated glass tube, and the higher the mercury goes up, the greater the atmospheric pressure. Typical atmospheric pressure is about 760 millimeters of mercury, or it causes that height to go up by 760. The aneroid barometer does not have any mercury. It has a vacuum chamber, and as air pressure increases, that vacuum chamber is going to contract. That is going to cause a dial to spin, reading the barometric pressure. As the air pressure goes down, that vacuum chamber is going to expand outward, again turning a dial, causing it to spin, reading the air pressure. So that vacuum chamber expands and contracts, allowing you to read the particular air pressure. Units of air pressure include atmospheres, millimeters of mercury, kilopascals, which are the SI unit of pressure, and pounds per square inch. As far as conversions, you can see all the equivalents in the box given there. This is some simple dimensional analysis. Given one atmosphere, and we're going to treat that as an unlimited number of significant figures, equals 760 millimeters of mercury. We're going to treat that 0 as significant. How many millimeters of mercury are in 1.78 atmospheres? So you always write your given quantity, arrange your equivalent. So this is our equivalent. One atmosphere is equivalent to 760 millimeters of mercury, so that the units you're starting with cancel out. And in this case, that is going to come to 1,350 millimeters of mercury, multiplying 1.78 times 760. Next one, given one atmosphere equals 101.3 kilopascals, how many atmospheres are in so many kilopascals? Again, write the given quantity, arrange your equivalents so that the like units cancel out. So now we want to end up in atmospheres. So you put the kilopascals on bottom so they cancel. Now we're going to take that 1.23 times 10 to the third and multiply by 1, divide by the 101.3 kilopascals, giving an answer of 12.1 atmospheres. Given that 101.3 kilopascals equals 760 millimeters of mercury, how many kilopascals are there in 825 millimeters of mercury? Now we'll want the millimeters of mercury on bottom, the kilopascals on top, giving us this ratio or relationship. The millimeters of mercury will cancel out. So 825 times 101.3 divided by 760 will give us a solution of 110 kilopascals and 3 significant figures. One more, given 101.3 kilopascals equals 14.7 pounds per square inch, how many kilopascals are in 16.2 pounds per square inch? Again, arranging our equivalent, so like units will cancel out, giving us the units asked for, will give us a solution of 112 kilopascals. Here we have to multiply by the 101.3 times the 16.2, then divide by the 14.7, giving us that solution.